Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today we were going to continue the Beast Quest. Sepron the Sea Serpent. How y'all doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Bless me. Hope you guys are doing well. Can't read without clean glasses. Good enough. Good enough. Today we're going to be continuing Sepron the Sea Serpent. The road to the west. Tom brought the storm to a halt at the foot of a rocky slope. He and Elena slid to the ground so that the horse could rest. Silver the wolf sloped down beside them, his tongue lolling out, hanging out as he panted. The hill where Tom had met and battled Furno the fire dragon was far beyond them. Now he and Elena were heading west on the next stage of their beast quest. Tom's heart began thumping again as he remembered how he had freed Furno from the curse of Malwil the Dark Wizard. The dragon had turned crops all over Aventia and burnt crops all over Aventia and blocked the river, making the land dry and barren. When Tom had unlocked the magic collar that imprisoned him, the dragon was released from the spell. As he flew away, he had dislodged the stones damming the river, and a foaming torrent had rushed down the hillside. I'll never forget how Furno broke the rocks with his tail, Elena said as if she guessed what Tom was thinking. Or how you leaped up on his wing. That was really brave. It wouldn't have worked if you hadn't shot that arrow up to me. With the key tied to it, Tom replied, feeling embarrassed by Elena's praise. I'd never have unlocked the collar without that. What you did was still the bravest thing I've ever seen, Elena insisted. We both freed Furno, Tom said firmly, and now Aventia has water again. Yes, and no more burnt crops, Elena agreed. Silver leaped up again and with an impatient yelp. Elena turned to Tom, a determined look in her eyes. We'd better push on, she said. Tom could still hear the words of Wizard Elder ringing in his ears. Freeing Furno the fire dragon was only the first of his tests. Malvar's curse had turned the good beasts of Aventia into evil monsters that were destroying the kingdom. It was Tom's quest to free all the beasts and save his people. Excuse me. Tom wasn't sure he could succeed. There was no such. There was so much he had to do and so many beasts to conquer. But he meant to try. With all the strength and courage he had. While there's blood in my veins, he thought, I will not give up. This was the adventure Tom had been waiting for all his life. And even though his father Teledon the Swift had disappeared when Tom was a baby, he was determined to make him proud. Let's have another look at the map, he said. He pulled out the scroll that Wizard Eldorog had given him. On it a path glowed green, winding through hills and woodland until it reached the sea in the west. As Tom looked at the map, a tiny head reared above the waves drawn on the paper, just beside a spike of rock that looked like an island. A jagged tail slashed down, sending spray high into the air. Tom started as a drop splash. Tom's. I need to drink. Apple juice. How's everyone doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Sending spray high into the air, Tom started as a drop slashed into his hand. There's Sepron, said Elena. Her voice was filled with awe. I still can't believe it, said Tom. A sea serpent. He's angry, Elena. Elena's eyes were wide, as if she had just realized the huge mission facing them. How do you think he is destroying Aventia? I don't know, Tom said. Then he added boldly, but whatever he's doing, we're going to stop it. That's part of our quest. Silver let out another loud yelp. He grabbed the corner of Elena's cloak in his teeth and tugged gently. At the foot of the slope, Storm scraped one hoof impatiently on the stones. Tom laughed. All right, I know it's time we were going. He checked the map one last time and stowed it away in his pocket. Before he scrambled back onto Storm, he made sure that the shield Wizard Eldero had given him was firmly trapped to his back. It had been scorched by Furno, but one of the dragon's bluish black scales shone in its slot on the shield's surface. Was it true, Tom wondered, that the shield would now protect them from fire? Oh, excuse me. He swung himself on into the saddle. Elena sprung up behind him and wrapped her arms around his waist. Tom patted the Storm's glowy black neck. On to the west, he cried. Why is it so hard to read today? I need to drink real quick. It's so hard to read today. Maybe it's because it's hot in here, I guess. I don't know. Let's continue, shall we? At first, the path zigzagged up the slope, then through a belt of trees. By the time the sun went down, they had reached a pass that curved through a range of low hills. Tom stopped beside a pool of slid to the Tom stopped beside a pool and slid to the ground. This would be a good place to make camp. Elena helped him to unsaddle Storm so the horse could drink from the pool. Silver stood beside him, lapping thirstily. Tom scooped a handful of cool water into his mouth, then started to collect sticks for a fire. I'm starving, said Elena. I'll see if there are any nuts or berries on these bushes. While she was searching, a storm cropped the grass beside the path. We've nothing for Silver to eat, said Tom. He'll find something for himself, Elena replied. Go on, boy. She patted the wolf and shooed him away. Silver waved his tail and vanished among the rocks. He returned before Tom and Elena had finished eating. They all settled down for the night. Tom looked up at the stars, thinking about Sepron. He hoped they could reach the coast soon, before the beast had the chance to harm the kingdom further. They set off again early the next morning. Early the next morning, and soon reached the edge of the hills. A long, smooth slope was in front of them. Far ahead, Tom could make out the distant glimmer of the sea and a tiny rocky island. "We're almost there," Elena exclaimed. A flash of light on the water caught Tom's eye. He gasped. He gasped. "What's the matter?" Elena asked. "I'm not sure, but I think I saw Sepron." He felt it on Elena's grip on him tighten. "Where?" Over there, near that island," he pointed, but he's gone now. He tugged his heels into Storm's side to urge him on. Soon the path leveled and they rode through farmland. Everything seemed deserted. Great patches of ground were covered in burned stubble. Look, Elena pointed to the blackened timbers of what had been a farmhouse. Ferno was here. A shiver ran through Tom, even though he knew the dragon was now free from Malvol's evil spell and would never blast the land with fire again. He urged Storm to a faster trot. Eager to keep moving, Silver bounded a few paces ahead. Suddenly, Storm reared his forelegs, pawed the air. Elena squealed in alarm and gripped Tom to stop herself sliding off. "Storm, steady," Tom yelled. When the horse's forelegs fell to the ground, he began skittering to one side. Tom tugged on the reins but couldn't get him under control. Then he noticed that Silver was standing still, his legs stiff and the bushy gray fur on his shoulders bristled. He began whining uneasily. "Something's wrong, Elena," said Elena. "Silver always knows." Tom glanced back at Elena, noticing the alarm in her eyes. He looked around but saw nothing, just empty fields. There was no sign of danger, but Silver was still whimpering, and Storm was tossing his head, his eyes rolling in panic. Beads of sweat had broken out in his black coat. "What is it, boy?" Tom was still struggling to keep the terrified horse on the path. "What's the matter?" Silver let out a howl. He was staring straight ahead, following his gaze. Tom thought he could make out something moving on the horizon. A silver line had appeared, stretching as far as he could see in both directions. Sunlight glinted on it, and then Tom could see watery swells at peaks which quickly grew bigger and bigger. "Tom," Elena Eleanor's voice sounded as if she could hardly speak for fear. It's a tidal wave. That was chapter 1. Leaves on a cliffhanger for some odd reason. These things are about 20 minutes long. Okay then. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my read through Beast Quest. And I hope I will see you in the next one. Next video I'm going to make is the Great Dragon. Is a dragon from the Great Dragon book. I already made it, so it should be out in like an hour or so. So, hope you guys enjoy my videos. And I hope I will see you in the next one. See ya! And I'm ending this really quickly because I'm afraid to lose the video or something like that. I don't know. See ya!